Hi, I'm Roy Hudson. Stand by for Sean. So make your day bright.
Hi, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome to Look Around Florida. When you join the chat, please let me know where you're located. I love seeing different people throughout Florida or throughout the Confederation watch this podcast. It does. I really do appreciate it. Let me get this out of the way. This way, my bosses don't call me, and vice versa. You know how the chain of command works. Hey, Kim, how you doing tonight, buddy? Good to see you. So tonight's going to be kind of a laid back night. We're going to see how the chat goes tonight. Hey, Tim, good to see you, buddy. Glad you joined the chat tonight. So, like I was saying, it's going to be kind of a laid back tonight. We're going to talk about some upcoming events coming up and talk about some type of traditions that some of our family members or our ancestors passed on through the generations for Thanksgiving. I recently just picked up a new book. Uh, as some of you know me personally, you know I love being in cemeteries, cleaning headstones, and after I clean them, the artwork that comes out, and some of that artwork has meaning behind it. So I took a some information that was passed on to me by Michael Hardy. You can check his show out on Sunday nights. It's usually a history chat. So if you're looking more into history, so it's definitely a fun night on Sunday night uh, with his podcast. So me and him got to talking, and he did an episode not too long ago about headstones and what some of those meanings are. So I went a little bit further and got understanding cemetery symbols. Uh, this book is a field guide for historical graveyards. Yeah, as we know, some of those symbols actually have meanings on them. You know, like a dove, heaven's gates, various different ones. So I thought it was interesting. So I've only read a couple pages so far since I got the book, and it's interesting. Hey, Lewis. Hey, Jeffro. Hey, David. And hey, Beth. So it's an interesting book so far. I've only read a couple pages. So, we got 11 people already. I need to step up my game. Oh, I already had everything. Guys, remember this Saturday. Hey, Linda and Roy. This Saturday at the Arcadia American Legion. The Cal Cavalry Camp in Arcadia is having their Christmas special, holiday, family get together, all that stuff combined this Saturday. It starts at 10 a.m. at the American Legion in Arcadia. If you need the address, please let me know and I will provide that for you. It's usually a good time, a lot of fellowship, hanging out with your brothers and sisters with the SCV and OCR. Hey, Kim. Uh, it's usually a great time. Last year, because of the hurricane damage, they held it at Leon's house. That was a great time. Speaking of the Cal Cavalry Camp, I got good news. Since the camp got charter, oh, okay, Tim. Since the camp got chartered, they've only had one camp commander, Leon Arthur. Leon's a good friend of mine. He stepped aside. They have a new camp commander now. His name is Tim Pendleton. Uh, I know Tim personally. He's a great guy. I'm looking forward to working with him and see how the camp grows in progress under his leadership. And Leon's still going to be in the picture as brigade commander of the 11th Brigade, teaching them and guiding them, uh, and see how he grows and prospers with that camp. So, yeah, I met up with Leon today. Oh yeah, he got a great teacher. I'm learning a lot from Leon. So, Leon came up with an idea today, and he ran it by me. I'm like, sure. He's going to talk with Tim Pendleton. And if you don't know who he is, Leon's going to find out if he's willing to come on the show to introduce himself to all you guys as being a new camp commander. So I'm looking forward to it. That way he kind of introduce himself to all you people. Hey, I do this for any camp commander. No, Victor. I'll do that once I'm retired. I am still currently working and doing the show and my duties as brigade commander and all that other stuff. But thanks, thank you, Victor. Not at this point. Not at this point of my career. Yeah, and hopefully we can get. Hopefully we can get Cindy on. That's Tim Pendleton's wife. She heads up the OCR chapter in Arcadia, which I am a member of as a thorn. Men can be thorns, they can be members of the OCR. Uh, get her on and yeah, get her on and so she can introduce herself to uh the roses out there, not only in the state of Florida, because we do have people outside of the state of Florida that watch this show, like David in Tennessee. So these are just ideas I have. Uh, I do want to send my condolences out to Camp Commander of the 1209. He just recently lost his father. So I just want to go on the record and say my condolences to Chris Button and Camp 1209. So with that, January 20th, uh, yeah, I hate looking away from the camera, so let's do it this way. The 32nd annual Lee Jackson and Southern Heritage event hosted by the Finley's Brigade, Camp 1640 SCV in the Mary and Harvey Black chapter, or OCR, January the 20th of next year, social hour. It's their Lee Jackson dinner. Social hour will be at 5 p.m. Supper and program will be at 6 p.m. Jackson Lodge, number 1, 2818 Appalachian Parkway, Tallahassee, Florida. Tickets are on sale now for $45. Door prizes auction catering by, I believe that says Texas Roadhouse. Guest speaker will be Mr. Thomas Jesse, appearing as Robert E. Lee. And if you never heard of Thomas Jesse, when he does his program as Robert E. Lee, uh, it's a very good one. Camp commanders, if you're looking for speakers to come to your camp, remember on the division website, here's our division website. We have a speakers bureau. People will come to your camp and do a presentation. I'll do it on CERT, anywhere in South Florida. Central, Tampa, Orlando South. I will go north of that if it's on a weekend. And talk about Roy Hudson. He'll be coming to my camp in January to do a presentation for us. So, we have the Speakers Bureau. You can go right here on our website, look at the Speakers Bureau, and see what kind of topics they talk about. Ready. We got that one. Ready. We have the big one coming. We have two big ones coming up. Please join us for the Florida Division event, the Lee Jackson celebration dinner, Sunday, January the 21st, 2024. Special guest speaker will be the Army of Tennessee Councilman Carl Jones. He will be speaking. The event starts off at 5 p.m. I'm going to butcher the name, so don't hold this against me. Mago's Little Italy. 10367 Midtown Parkway, Jacksonville, Florida, St. John's Town Center. If you have any questions on this event or you need to register, please get with Calvin Hart, our division commander. The forms and everything. The registration form and everything can be found on Look Around Florida's Facebook page. I just accidentally, and we got another one coming up. Lee Jackson dinner. What? Okay, there we go. My internet was acting up there for a minute. The Captain J.J. Dickerson Camp 1387 is proud to be hosting the Southeast Florida annual Lee Jackson Dinner and Southern Heritage Celebration. It will begin at 5 p.m. Saturday, January the 6th, 2024 at the Holiday Inn Express Suites, 301 Tucker's Lane, Cocoa, Florida. Located just west of Interstate I-95 and State Road 520. Auto guest speaker is none other than the SCV Lieutenant Commander in Chief, Mr. Donnie Kennedy. He was our guest speaker on our last show. Registration form and more details can be found on our Facebook page. Let me make sure I got all the events covered. That way I don't get shot by a camp commander. Now, this one, it's the St. Cloud Sutlers present the third annual 19th Century Christmas Ball and Folk. Saturday, December 2nd, 2023, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Magnolia Room, St. Cloud Community Center, 3101 17th Street, St. Cloud, Florida, hosted by Louisiana Alta Tent II, Daughters of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, Lucent L. Mitchell Camp 4, Sons of the Union Veterans. Tickets are $30, $30 in person. Couples are $50. There's only available 150 people space. So please go check out that event. Looks like it's going to be a fun event. So, ready. The other two events has already passed. Let me double check. Yeah, that one was a couple weeks ago. Okay. All the events are caught up. I did get an email today. Well, last week from Commander Mark Best. Yeah, they just did some. Exactly, Dylan. Thank you for posting that. I just talked about that. So this event, I went to it last year. It was definitely a fun event. Good people, good fellowship, good music, all that stuff, and good food. So please come and join us this Saturday, November the 25th, in Arcadia, Florida. Thanks, Delenn. So, the Finley's Brigade did some work on the Havana site recently. Let me share the pictures. There we go. Hey, yep. Hey, there we go. Yeah, they did. They updated the. Oh, Kim, email me that flyer for the Battle of Yellow Pines. That way I can get the word out a little bit more for that. Okay, get back to what I was talking about. This is a Havana flag site. They did some improvements to it. One of them, they updated the light system. Jeffro, if I'm not mistaken, they went LED, right, on the lights? Oh, thanks, Dylan. I just seen that. Make me feel old. Look at it. Yeah, how these new light systems really light up the flagpole. This is in Havana, Florida. There you go. There's some of the improvements that they did to the lighting system. Yeah, I had these for last Tuesday, but last Tuesday I got a migraine. Yes, thanks, Jeffro. They did upgrade their lighting system to LED. There's some of the work that they did. There's Lieutenant Commander Mark Best and past Commander Kelly Crocker and aide de camp. Linda, I don't think anybody would argue if you bring a covered dish from Winn Dixie. And there's Kelly Crocker, and I don't know that gentleman that's standing with him's name. I do apologize. But look at how bright that is with the LEDs. I mean that is truly awesome. And this is the LEDs on during the day. I mean they're still bright. I thought that was pretty cool to share. I thought so. That's why I'm here. Anything that goes on in Florida, I'll bring you the news or updates. Because I'm on multiple camps, Facebook page, and I pay attention to anything that goes on in Florida. If I catch it, and if it's open for public use, I post it on Look Around Florida's Facebook page, right then and there. I do want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine and camp member, Kevin Smith. He got married Saturday to his lovely bride, Sarah. It was a great turnout. Uh, they did uh, they did a dual fire of mountain howitzers. Kevin loaded both of them up, got them ready safely, uh, and they did a his and hers fire. So it was great. Congratulations, Kevin Smith and Sarah Smith. As you may have seen, the Jacob Sumler camp was at the Florida Gun Show in Heritage Park with their recruitment booth, and they promoted their reenactment for the Battle of Narcoossee Mills. Uh, as I've been told, this may be its last year, and it's in March. So make sure you show up and show up in numbers for that reenactment. That is sponsored by the Jacob Summerlin Camp. Oh, I do have another thing. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. There we go. Don't forget, the Florida Division reunion is set in stone for June the 1st. As soon as more information gets out in the registration form, I will post it here. That way, our members, and as soon as the OCR leadership posts it on their page, and if they allow me to public it, I will. That way, the OCR ladies can register for the OCR reunion, and the Florida Division members can register for the SCV reunion. Now, these are the cards that Camp 1209 are doing for the Soldiers Monument being held hostage. Well, meaning they're being held hostage, meaning the city already approved. They took down the monument. They've already approved giving it back to the family members that yeah, give it back to the family that organized putting it up originally, their descendants. And that's all been signed and all that. It's just the city has not released it back to that family yet. So please help Camp 1209 out. Get these postcards, get them in the mail. Let the Jacksonville city know who we are and we're registered voters. So we got Thanksgiving coming up Thursday. What kind of traditions you guys are having? My family, we don't get together like we used to back when I was a kid. So we typically do like Perkins or Cracker Barrel. Uh, but we had fun traditions growing up as a kid. We all went to my grandmother's house, and we had Thanksgiving there. Turkey, ham, the Hawaiian bread. What kind of traditions do you guys been having for your Thanksgiving? Feel free to keep the chat going, guys. I love seeing feedback and everything. Oh, I just seen this, Kim. Yes, everyone come to the Battle of Yellow Pines reenactment at the Indian County Fairgrounds, uh, Vero Beach, Florida. The reenactment was produced by Private George W. Thompson Camp, 1585, Fort Pierce. Kim, what's the dates on that? I know some friends of mine, what they do for Thanksgiving, they do gator, swamp cabbage, and blue crab. Uh, yes, they live in the Everglades. But that's their traditional dinner. supper, whatever you want to call it, meal. It- Let's call it a meal because everybody has. Uh, I know a friend of mine, lunchtime, what some of us call lunch, he calls dinner, and what we call dinner, he calls supper. So feel free to chime in. Let me know where you're from and what kind of unique things. Delin, hey, maybe that's a hint for Saturday. Well, Tim, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, we just have to stay vigilant. Uh, Kim, thank you for the reminder. I just seen this. This past Saturday evening, the Kirby Smith Camp 1209 held its second annual flag retirement ceremony at the Kirby Smith uh, 1209 Confederate Park. Following the ceremony, we enjoyed an oyster roast. Ooh, Kim, when you guys start planning that for next year, let me know. I'll drive up. Exactly, Dylan. Exactly. Swamp cabbage is my favorite. Yeah, they have a swamp cabbage festival in LaBelle. I went to it a couple years ago. I was looking for swamp cabbage, but they had everything else but swamp cabbage. Yeah, kind of ruined the what that festival is truly about. Oysters are always good, Jeffro. Oh, I do want to give a shout out to a member that does watch this show on a regular basis. Ronnie Nichols and Terry. Uh, was it last Saturday? No, not last. It was last Saturday or the Saturday before. The Florida Mechanized Cavalry had their annual get together. Uh, Myself, Ronnie Nichols, and Terry, all three of us received the Hold the Line award. I thought that was pretty cool. Sweet tater casserole, both a side dish and a dessert. Well, that's cool, David. Jeffro does oysters for Thanksgiving. That's different. Me, yeah, like I said, my family don't get together like they used to. Walls spread out all over the country anymore. Thanks, Roy. That's Terry Simmons. I remembered his first name, couldn't remember his last name. Yeah, the Army of the Trans Mississippi National SCV event is Saturday, January 6th, 2024. Mansfield State Historical Site, Mansfield, Louisiana. I'm sorry. Literally, yeah, talk to you guys and looking at Facebook too, just to make sure I covered everything that I wanted to cover, any updates or anything. That's the thing about the SCV. Anything pops up at a moment's notice, and you got to be ready. It's just a traffic alert. I'm not worried about that. I think we're caught up on everything. I'm just doing a quick double check. Let me pop on the division page. If you're a Florida Division member, please reach out to your camp commander or brigade commander. We do have a Florida Division SCV members only page. Okay. Think we covered everything for the flag retirement. Oh yeah, we got the 7th annual Treasure Coast History Festival, which will be Saturday, January 13th, 2024. New location is St. Lucie County History Center, 414 Seaway Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida. That looks like a cool event. Yeah, they kind of do timeline. Exactly, Linda. If you're planning on going to Lee Jackson events, get the registration in now. That way, these camps and OCR chapters can start planning out on food, drinks, and everything else. Ready. Yep, we're all caught up on news and events. So please check out if you're looking at the chat, please check out David's podcast Friday night in the Friends group. Will be a new episode out, pre-record the true story of Sam Davis, boy hero of the Confederacy. A Friday night live, 8 p.m. Eastern time in the Friends of Douglas Southwall Freeman group. Please check out David's podcast. It's always a good time. Uh, I definitely like it because it's about history. Uh, Same with Michael Hardy's podcast. It's on Sunday nights. It's Sunday night history chat with Michael Hardy. Then, of course, Monday and Thursday you have SCV chat. Now, there's not going to be no episode. Wow. 160th anniversary of Davis's execution. Wow. So, I don't think SCV Chat's doing an episode this Thursday because of Thanksgiving. They're doing a pre-record. They're doing one of their past shows on Wednesday nights. On this Wednesday. So please check out all those podcasts. Uh, and the thing about it is, we all talk. Me, David, Moose, and GCB, and Michael Hardy. We all tag team and help each other out. That's how we grow and get our shows on the right track. I got to get with Michael to schedule him so we can. We talked about Florida, the Army of Tennessee. We're going to be talking about Florida and the Army of Virginia. Because Florida had two regiments. One went to the Army of Tennessee, and the other one went to the Army of Virginia. So, uh, so with that being said, thank you for joining the chat tonight. I appreciate all of you. Stay Southern, stay out of trouble. Uh, I'll be at the Arcadia Camps Christmas holiday family get together, whatever you want to call it, this Saturday. It starts at 10 a.m. Like Dylan said, bring a covered dish. You get to meet the new camp commander, Tim Pennington. Roy, I'll be looking forward to seeing you and Linda there too. It's always a fun time right there. So, stay Southern, stay out of trouble, and I'll see you Saturday. And if I forgot to talk about anything, just message me. Ready? Let's go with this one.
My dad told me he always had a kinship to the battle flag. Always growing up, he knew there was something there, but he couldn't put it together. I called my 97-year-old grandmother, and I asked her, do we have any soldiers in the family? I gave her 3 descriptions. Verde, which means green, for modern-day soldier. Blue, azul, or gris, means gray. And she said, mijo, which means my son in Spanish, is gris. It was gray. My great-great-grandfather was named Andres Torres Rodriguez. He was born in Mexico. He was a laborer. And he was an 8th Texas Infantry, and his unit later on got incorporated to the Texas 33rd Cavalry under Santos Benavides, who was the highest Mexican-American Confederate officer. He was a colonel. There was over 13,000 Hispanic soldiers throughout the Confederate States, but out of those 13,000 were 2,500 Tejanos. And it's 2 words combined. Texas in Spanish is Tejas. Mexican in Spanish, Mexicano. You combine both words, Tejano. They contributed a lot for Southern independence. I think that they deserve respect, honor, and dignity under the Confederate flag that they fought for. There was people of color, Mexican people, and other Hispanics, and other people of color that fought in this war. Everyone's reason was different, but primarily they fought in this war for their independence and to protect their homeland. I joined the SCV because I'm extremely proud of my Confederate heritage. I have Confederate DNA. I just want to ensure that the present generation and future generations know and never forget the contributions of Hispanics in the War of Northern Aggression. I am Richard Luna Garcia, the great-great-grandson of Private Andres Torres Rodriguez, a Tejano Confederate soldier.
Have a good night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, and looking forward to seeing all you Saturday. Good night, everybody.